Hi everybody, before we get into this video today, I want to remind you that this video is for entertainment purposes only. I will be discussing human trafficking and victims with SA and grooming. If these things are too difficult for you, I completely understand. Please click off. I will see you on another video. This is your trigger warning, so make sure that you take this very seriously because we're going to talk about Jamie Lynn Spears and Britney Spears today. All right, everybody, I will talk to you later, and I completely understand if this video isn't for you. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please think about sticking around, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Go ahead. Go ahead and do it right now. You'll make a fairy happy if you do it. Click the like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't do that just for me. Do that for all of the YouTubers, the small ones, the big ones. Support their businesses and then go to small businesses and help them out, your local businesses. Do the liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing because, guys, that is a free way to help us out, and it's really important. All right, so today we are going to do a reaction / reading video on Jamie Lynn Spears. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is Britney Spears' little sister. And recently she has made an Instagram post that now people are dubbing the "I am a victim" post. And yeah, it's a train wreck. So before we get into this, I have done some research on Jamie Lynn and some of her very shady things that she has done. So I've gotten information from YouTube from Sloan and Observe. So I will link those below. But I've also done reading about her. To let you know, Jamie Lynn Spears is actually part of the conservatorship for Britney Spears, which means that she directly benefits from her being under a conservatorship. She is part of the trust. She gets money. She is able to use the money that is legally Britney Spears, well, conservatorship, blah, 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 but she's using it for traveling. And Sloan has receipts, y'all. So I will hope that you take the time to look at his videos because he has the receipts. He can show you how much money Jamie Lynn Spears has spent off the back of her sister. I know there's a lot of people very angry at her right now. And I understand why. But I need everybody to take a step back and look at the entire situation. Jamie Lynn Spears, like her sister, is a groomed person. I am 100% convinced that these two children were groomed to be in show business. They have been in dangerous situations with adult men. And there is evidence of this on Zoe 101. In fact, we will talk about her pregnancy, Jamie Lynn Spears' pregnancy at age 16, which caused the cancellation of that show. That left a lot of fans very angry recently when she said there was going to be a reboot. However, the reboot was just going to be of her and Jamie Lynn's real life daughter. The grooming cycle continues. I want you to understand that trafficking is not just sex. It is also forced human labor. Jamie Lynn has indicated that she has paid her own bills since she was 10 years old. What 10-year-old has bills when she's already living in a filthy rich lifestyle? What child of 10 has bills? Well, that tells me that she She's a groomed child, guys. And the biggest groomers for other trafficking victims are ones who have been trafficked themselves. And Jamie Lynn is repeating this cycle with her child. I want you to understand that some of this anger and this entitlement is coming from the mentality that she grew up with of being groomed, of being a plaything for other people. And the fact that this is her entire life, this has been her entire life. She doesn't know any differently. You get angry at the ones who speak out because you do not draw attention to the situation. I can tell you that Jamie Lynn is a victim. And what she's doing now is very like a victim who is still in trafficking and is still part of forced labor and still is grooming other people. So I want you to keep that in mind as we watch this video. This is very difficult and very disgusting, but very true. And my credentials for traffic knowledge is I have been trained by FBI agents. I work voluntarily with victims who have gotten out of trafficking. And I do volunteer work and help for Thorn. www.thorn.org. Please check that out. All right, guys, so we are going to start this video and we are going to react to it together.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to take address a few things.
Right away,
I haven't before,
her body language is
like until
very...
my sister was able to speak for herself and say what she felt she needed to say publicly, that it wasn't my place and it wasn't the right thing to do.
She's saying it's not her place to publicly talk and tell her sister did.
I feel like I can
her sister couldn't talk.
I feel I need to say. I think it's extremely clear that since the day I was born, I've only loved, adored, and supported my sister. I mean, this is my freaking big sister before any of this bullshit.
She's never been your big sister. She's been your money train, honey. I'm sorry.
She wants to come back and dominate the world the way she has so many times before. Because I have nothing to gain or lose either way.
I have nothing to gain or lose. Did you guys hear that? She's not supporting her sister because it has nothing to do with her.
Her happiness.
Nothing to gain or lose.
I've made a very conscious choice in my life to only participate in her life as her sister.
Is she trying to be emotional here? Did she try...
Maybe I didn't support her the way the public would like.
I think she just tried to wipe away a fake tear and pretend that she was emotional.
Long before there was a hashtag, and I'll support her long after.
Okay, so she's being very, very aggressive and rolling her eyes.
I was 9 years old. I paid my own freaking bills since I was 10 years old.
Yeah, 10 years old. She had bills at 10 years old.
Not that I owe the public anything, because my sister knows I love and support her.
This is so fake.
It's the only person I owe anything to. I'm not my family. I am my own person.
So her face doesn't really have any expression, really, outside of like rolling her eyes, but like her facial muscles really don't. Her head moves around a lot.
I'm so proud of her for requesting new counsel, like I told her to do many years ago.
Oh, and her
not
sister
on a
Jamie told her to do new counsel years ago.
So
years ago.
I'm very proud that she's taken that step.
So she's actually the hero in this situation.
Flying to Mars or whatever the hell else she wants to do to be happy. I support that. 100%.
I support that 100% while you roll your eyes, sister. No.
As long as she's happy.
You could have at least trimmed your like dead ends. I mean, I know I got a lot to say here, but
that's all.
That was it really for her. She didn't say much outside of complaining for a few minutes and tried to make herself seem like, well, I have told my sister that this is something that needs to be done and she can go and run away into a rainforest and have a million babies. Are you out of your mind, you delusional girl? I mean, again, I know I'm trying to remember that she's a victim too, but there is a part of this is delusional. And clearly, you didn't say anything until you had public pressure. And your livelihood and your character was questioned. And you can't do your stuff on your own, honey, because you're unfortunately you've been living in the shadow of your sister. And yes, you are a victim of being groomed. But you're also an adult now and you are choosing to be in this situation. And again, I'm trying to be a little more fair because I know that she is in this world. Hollywood, especially the music industry, is incredibly disgusting. It's a dangerous place. You should never look up to anybody who is in that industry because most of them are either victims or they are doing something to somebody else. This is something that I have talked about multiple times. A lot of these people are victims. And the things that have been done to Britney Spears and Jamie Lynn Spears are the same things that were done to old Hollywood, like Judy Garland and things like that. And there are rumors that the reason that Zoe's 101 was canceled is because Jamie Lynn got pregnant. There are rumors that that gross Dan dude who was openly molesting children and got asked to leave Nickelodeon and paid off, even though he has a history of sexual violence against children. I'm putting a trigger warning in here. There's rumors that he is the father of her child. First of all, let's do a quick read on this child, because she is a child. In her mind, she is not an adult. She doesn't understand what it's like to be in the real world. And while Britney Spears doesn't understand what it's like to be in the real world either, she's definitely doing better in being realistic than her sister. I can see why there's anger and hatred there, because she is afraid of her money train going away. So, does Jamie Lynn care about her sister? Or hermaphrodites. Now, this is a religious figure. This is somebody that you worship. This is somebody that you put on a pedestal. So, Britney in her life was put on a pedestal. And I can tell you that this is indicative of her and her older brother. They had to spend their life worshiping her, whether they wanted to or not. It doesn't mean that they liked her. It doesn't mean that they cared for her. They could never just be siblings. They had to worship her because she was the star. There was definitely no way that they could have a happy childhood. None. This is non-existent. This is an illusion. The sun, the happy childhood, everything is fine, everything is good. This is a pure illusion. It never happened because they couldn't just be kids. They couldn't just have normal fights as siblings. They had to like Britney. And now, since they had to depend on her their entire lives, and they had to depend on her livelihood because Britney was the one paying all of their bills at a very young age, they felt entitled to a piece of that pie. This is a battle that has been going on for a long time, and Britney did say she wanted to sue her entire family. She did not indicate anyone singularly, but she didn't leave anybody out either. So that would put her sister in the position where she would be sued. And this is going to be a battle, guys. This is going to be a huge battle. And it needs to happen, and it needs to happen publicly, because we need to see what this kind of trafficking does to people. We need to see it in a very public way. So is Jamie Lynn taking advantage of her sister's situation? Absolutely. Look at her. She's a very foolish person. And again, this isn't all of her fault. She was groomed just as much as her sister was. So she is so foolish right now, especially with her responses that she's about ready to walk off a cliff. She has already made a lot of people angry with her fake Zoe 101 reboot. And she has made a lot of other fans of Britney and even her extremely angry now because of the whole video that she just put out. Her silence for the last 13 years didn't help either. She's definitely very foolish. King of Pentacles, she is focused on money. Money, 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 money. She knows no other God but the almighty dollar, because that's what she was taught. And that's really sad. Because I want to know, because this is rumors and this is something that would really nail the coffin in, was Dan the father of her child? There was a lot of money to cover that up. Look at all of the cover-up that happened there. There were so many people paid off. So many people paid off. Now, of course, this is allegedly for entertainment purposes only. But I think his name is Dan Schneider. He was a very dirty, nasty person. A lot of people were paid off. There were a lot of fights happening behind the scenes to keep him going. We're going to do a video about him. I see that what the BS she was feeding her own child, her child doesn't even believe it. So Jamie is a victim, okay, guys? She is a victim, and she is reacting to the situation as a victim would in a groomed situation. And I'm trying to remember that, not to get angry at her, but at the same time, there's humanity that she's lacking. And it's very sad. It's very sad. And this is her plight. This is her battle. And she thinks that she is right. And she thinks that she is justified. And she's very, very angry right now, guys. She's very angry at the world. And she feels like her life is being exposed. The world knows her secrets. And the world is going to get ready to know more of her secrets. She is really fighting being exposed. But the thing is, this exposure is going to help her, because justice will be served. Justice is coming for her. Justice is coming for Britney. Guys, justice is coming, okay? I know this is a really ridiculously hard situation, and this is 100% labor trafficking. But Jamie Lynn was a sexual victim, and Britney probably was too. As messed up as she is now, that we allegedly, supposedly, I don't really think she is. The way that she spoke was very eloquent, and she knew what she wanted. And trust me, I'll do another video about that, because I have actual experience with conservatorships in real life. So we'll talk about that in another video. But justice is coming. Justice is coming for Britney, and justice is also coming for Jamie Lynn. But trust me, Everybody is going to have their day in court, and everybody is going to be held accountable for their actions. Alright guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Feel free to comment. And again, I'm sorry that this was a rough video. Try to look at Jamie Lynn for what she is. An angry victim herself. And someone who has been groomed since the day that she was born. This is a child that is speaking out, not a grown adult. And she's throwing a temper tantrum. Alright guys, have a good night or day wherever you are in the world. Remember that every single day is a gift. Use your time wisely. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.